What's going on, everybody? It is the night before the Perils in Paradise mini set drops, and I wanted to make a short video about 3 cards that I plan on slotting into existing decks on day 1. Alright, first up is the Dalaran and Ungoro brochures. This is a Dragon Druid list I've been playing to a lot of success on the ladder. It's pretty standard. My plan is to take to the Skies. I find this card, useful, but in hand a lot. At 3 costs, draw 2 dragons, give them +1/+1. Not a bad card at all. Very synergistic with the deck. I think the brochures just add a little bit more versatility than what this card does. Does come at an increased cost, being 4 mana, but still has the targeted creature draw, giving them +2/+2. Alternatively, if it's flipped, it can draw spells at reduced cost, which is great for pulling out more ramp or Sleep Under the Stars. Next up is Employee of the Month. This is a Pain Warlock list I have been playing on the ladder to a lot of success as well. It is a pretty tight deck list. All the cards are very targeted towards the goal of rushing down your opponent as quickly as possible, playing with health totals. Looking at the list, though, one substitution that could be made is the Cult Neophyte. I often find that while this card's battle cry is broadly applicable and very useful, I don't find myself saving it in hand in playing a lot of games. Oftentimes, I am just playing on curve to try to get as much damage out as quickly as possible. So this battle cry is more of a secondary benefit. Employee of the Month is going to function a lot the same way, but I think it is very synergistic with what this deck is trying to do in terms of playing with health totals. You can slap it on something like a Malefic Rook, a big Flame Juggler, an Infernal, and it's going to be right at home. Last up, I've got a substitution for a Rainbow Death Knight list I've been running. On day 1, I plan on swapping out Gorgonzormu for Dream Planner Zephrys. Gorgonzormu, undeniably good card. So much value at 3 costs. The 2 cost cheese can scale up the longer it stays in hand. This card has found a place in so many decks on the ladder. But I do really want to try out Zephrys's targeted tours. I feel like being able to change what you want depending on the situation, depending on the deck, might come in handy. Like Employee of the Month, maybe more of a side grade than a straight upgrade, but I think he is well worth trying out. While I think the jury is still out as to whether any of the mini set cards will be meta defining, I do think it's important to always step back and assess new cards based on how well they slot into existing decks, and all 3 of the choices here have a place in some of the most viable decks on the ladder. If you've got any suggestions or alternatives, feel free to drop a comment. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one.